Hey guys, how are you? Let's see who's here today. Eva, Judy, Nora, welcome and welcome to Working Out on a Dreary Day. This is a good way to get started on this wet, dreary fall day. We actually need the water, so it's not a bad thing. So anyway, I'll check in with you guys. Usual stuff. We're going to do the box squats that we did last week. I've been doing them in my class, and it helps correct some of the problems that I have had with folks who really can't get that squat the thing going even after many years. And as I say to them and to you guys, I've been doing this for a long time and I'm still refining my squats and everything that I do. So every once in a while, I go back to the real basics for myself. And this is kind of what we're doing today for that particular exercise. So, anyway, enough of that. Let's get started. I'm just going to check out. Don't have a ring light again. Hopefully, by next week, we'll have a new one. So I'll be better lit, but we'll make do. And we're going to do our regular warm up. So I'm going to keep your shoulders square to the front, just lean your head down, and just a slight tilt to one side and to the other. Very gentle. Then look up and look left to right. Good way to start waking our body up. And shoulder rolls, bringing your shoulders up towards your ears and rolling them back. And arm circles, modify at shoulder height if you have pain or discomfort. We shouldn't actually have any pain. If you feel any slight thing, you modify. We do not get hurt in my class. And swing your arms around your body, get some movement in your torso. And this just feels good, actually. At least it does to me. And let's take that into hip circles, 5 in each direction. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And the other direction. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And then we're going to do our 10 hip hinges. So as I say every week, you're just going to bring your arms up as you push your hips back. And that's the only thing that moves. Your other body parts move in reaction to moving your hips back. So you'll get a slight bend in your knee, but you're not moving your knee first. So 10, 9, 8, keep your head up, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1, and heel taps to the front. Pressing your heels out, tap in, and pushing your arms out. I think I'm going to move back a little bit more so my feet don't disappear. And then we're going to switch this to rows and kickbacks. So you're getting your glutes and hamstrings warmed up. A little bit of a stretch in your quads, and you're rowing your arms. Also working on warming up your upper body. And skaters, one leg behind the other. And then have both feet together and some modified step jacks. Nothing big, just moving in every direction to get our body used to moving in every direction that our body is built to move in. And as we age, sometimes we lose some of that. And then stop here and just step forward on a diagonal. And now I want to do just some hip mobility work. So hold on to your chair, wall, or counter, bring your hips up and just circle a few times in each direction. I'm not counting these. And the other side. This bothers my knee a little bit, standing on one leg, as you know, but it's a good exercise. When I do this, I actually do this on the ground. So 5 calf raises, just rolling up on your toes for 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and just march it out. And you're gonna make these marches a little bit higher in just a few seconds. Just bring in your opposite hand to knee, getting some height, practicing our balance a little bit already, and a little bit of cognitive work, opposite hand to knee, which will come in to play a little bit later in our warm-up. And before we do our posture check, let's do our cervical spine warm-up. So standing up nice and tall, your shoulders are square to the front. The only thing that you're doing is giving yourself a double chin. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So let's do our posture check. Stand up nice and tall, feet hip distance apart, plumb line pulling you up, one hand behind your head, the other on your chin, the front of your chin, so you're pushing straight back. You're not tilting up or down into the hand that's in the back. So your head is right on top of your shoulder, ear over your shoulder, shoulder over your hip, hip over your knee, knee over your ankle. Belly button pull toward your spine, slight hip tilt forward, relax shoulders and shoulder blades pointing towards your back pocket. So we are going to do our foot and ankle work, but we're still cognizant of our posture. Even sit in, we're not slumping on the back of the chair. We're letting it support us a little bit, but we're still paying attention to keeping everything nice and tall and your belly button pulled in. So feet up, and we're going to point and flex for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And circle out for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And the opposite direction, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. So slide towards the end of the chair. Make sure your feet are at least shoulder width apart or wider. Remember, wider base of support is more secure. We're going to do 10 sits to stand. Find a focal point. Keep your eyes on it so you're not bending forward. Push off the chair. Use your arms up and down. You can make it hard with your arms across your chest or straight out. I'm going to do straight out. So 1, and with a lot of control, sit. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, keep your head up, keep your eyes up. 7, cross my arms now. 8, 9, and 10. And make sure your weights are close by. We're going to start off with push-ups first, and then we're going to do our box squat. So we'll work on push-ups. So remember, your arms are at shoulder height, not up here by your head. You could even do them a little bit lower. Your body's a plank position, and what you're doing as you push your body in is bending your elbows back, not up here, about right here, and you're keeping your body nice and straight. So you're going to have that natural curve in your back and neutral spine, and you're not pushing with a little hip tilt forward. And we're going to do 10 of these. So you stand far enough back that when you go in, your chest or shoulders are closed. If you go too far back, you're focusing a lot on your shoulders. Let's do 10 of them. So put your hands on the wall, nice straight body. You're looking down slightly and push in. 1, bend your elbows. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And we're going to do our first set of box squats. I'm going to do it sideways so you can see. I'm actually going to start seated because there's a trust issue if you start standing and you go down. Where is the chair? And then a lot of people start doing weird things with their body. So just like the sit to stand, we're going to start at the very edge of the chair. The second set, I'm going to use weights. So this time I'm just going to do a counterbalance up and down. Find a focal point, keep your eyes on it so that you're not doing this as you stand up. So let me do a couple and show you exactly what I'm going to do before I start counting. So stand up, we're going to sit slightly and stand. And as you stand, you contract your glutes and the weight is on your heels. So it's a little bit slightly faster than what we normally would do for a squat, but I just want that quick touch on the chair and then stand up, contracting your glutes, keeping that weight on your heels, your feet are flat. So let's do 10 of those. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, contract your glutes, keep your head up. 8, 9, and 10. And you know, some people in my class, when we do squats, don't realize that they're folded over until I point it out to them, no matter how many corrections I give them. And I find when we do this box squats, just like you do when you sit, you're not folding over. And it's helping them correct that. So we're going to do our second set of push-ups. Hands outside your shoulder or your chest. Nice, straight posture, belly button pulled in, hip tucked in tightly. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And for our second set of our box squats, I'm going to use my weights. You could use one, you could use both, you could use nothing. You could still do a body weight squat. But I'm going to do my weights. So I'm just starting off seated, very end of the chair. If you feel that this may push the chair back, you could put this against a wall or a counter. So start with the weight against your chest, looking up. 1, 2, contract your glutes as you stand up. 3, 4, you notice I'm not bending forward. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And those feel good, actually. So we're moving on. Let's do, and that got my heart rate up. Great way to start the morning. So now we're going to move on. We're going to do bent over rows. And just a little correction. I can't see you guys, so I don't know exactly what you're doing. But in my class, I'm not criticizing anyone, but no matter, some people are just not aware of what their body's doing. And I don't have any mirrors in the gym when I do my class, so I can't show people exactly what they're doing. So I use mirrors a lot for my clients because when they can see themselves, they can make the correction easy. So when I say bend at the knees and bend forward, a lot of times I look over and people are up here, and that's harder on your shoulders. So I really want you to bend down, keeping your belly button pulled in. Your back is neutral. And a way to help you not do that is keep your eyes down on a diagonal so that you're not looking at putting strain on your neck or your thoracic spine. So arms in front of you. This also focuses on the muscles that you want to focus on, which is your back muscles versus your shoulders or anything else. So arms in front of you, bring your elbows up and squeeze your shoulder blades together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And we're going to do single leg deadlift or modified deadlift. I'm doing a modified deadlift because standing on my left leg is not great for me right now. I'm working with a PT to get that back together, but I can show you a single leg deadlift by picking my left leg up. And what I'm trying to do is keeping my hips square to the front and not rolling. So if you feel like you're not getting your hips square to the front, don't bring it up so high. Or you could even do maybe 45 degrees or standing, just bring that leg back and contract your glutes. I'm going to do a modified deadlift, a little bit of a staggered feet. It's not wide, it's just slightly offset. That back heel is off the ground. I start off with both legs straight and hold the weight on the outside, just as you would with a single leg deadlift. And your knees will bend because you're pushing your hips straight back and pushing through that forefoot and your other foot, the foot that's flat, and contracting your glutes. So choose the one that's best for you. Let's start. 1, contract your glutes up. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And I'm going to switch over to the other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And right back into our bent over rows, bent at the knee, bent at the hip, Make sure you're looking down on a diagonal, that you're not up here. And arms in front, bring your elbows up, squeeze your shoulder blades together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And last set of glute and hamstring work. My hands are not big enough to hold both together, but I'm going to do it anyway. So last set, single leg deadlifts or modified deadlift. 1, all the way up, contract your glutes. 2, 3, if you're doing a single leg deadlift, make sure you come all the way up. 4, I may have counted wrong. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And switch over to the other side. Last set. Stand up nice and tall. 1, come all the way up, whichever one you're doing. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And let's take a little break. I'm going to check in with you guys. Send me a note. Let's see who's here. Hi, Sarah. Missed you yesterday. Julian, I missed you yesterday. Welcome, and let's keep going. Grab some water. So we're going to work on shoulders and tandem stance as we usually do. And grab your ball, toilet paper, sofa cushion. We're going to do a slightly different leg extension today. But let's do our tandem stance and shoulder work first. So, I realize that back leg is doing most of the support, because since my knee on my left side is a little funky, it's harder for me when I have my left leg in the back. So I'm going to give myself a little room, but I'm standing up tall, and I'm going to do lateral raises. You could also do external rotation, whichever one's best for you. 1, 2, make sure you're looking up. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And we're going to do leg extensions now, and we're going to use our ball. Remember last week we did the external rotation. There was also some internal rotation when we did our small glute work. We'll talk about that a little bit more when we get to it. But now, when we do I'm going to take my brace off. We're going to keep the ball between our legs. I'm going to do the first rep sideways so that you could see. So there's a lot of pressure on the ball. So you're getting a lot of inner thigh work. You're sitting up tall. You're sitting towards the end of the chair. You could hold the back. That was to help you a little bit. So you're going to bring one leg up and keep your foot really flexed. You notice that that foot is really flexed. Don't let it hang out. So all you're doing is extending that leg out. We're going to do 10 per side. So 1, don't touch down. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And check your posture again. Make sure you're sitting up. Pressure on the ball. Foot flexed. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. I find those hard. And one exercise is not necessarily better than the other. It's just sometimes doing something different. Our bodies are like, what's that? That's new. I'm going to really react to that. So let's do our second set of tandem stance and lateral raise. So this time my left leg, my problem leg, will be in the front and I feel much more secure. So standing up tall, belly button pulled in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And last set of new version of leg extension. So ball between your legs. Sitting up tall, you could hold on to the back of the chair for a little bit of support. Belly button pulled in. Try not to hike your shoulders up. And flex your foot. 1, 2, 3. Keep pressure on the ball. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And the other side. Flex your foot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And let's put the ball away for right now. We're going to do bicep curls, slow marches. We just pull this up again. So just a little thing about biceps. I see this in my class sometimes. And that's kind of working your shoulders a little bit, not your biceps. So we really want to isolate your biceps. And yes, having a mirror to look at yourself is a great way to make sure that you're doing something correctly. And that's why we have a lot of mirrors in a gym. So keep your elbows locked at your side and you're bringing it up and alternating. So with my palms facing in, it's a hammer curl. You could start with facing in and then torque it up. Or you could just have your palms facing forward and do it this way. But we're doing opposite arm and knee, nice and slow, get a lot of balance work, a lot of cognitive work, opposite arm and leg, starting with my right arm and left leg, nice and slow, no noise on the floor. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. And with this, we're going to do calf raises and heel rocks, working our lower leg, calf, shins, ankles, and feet, building strength and flexibility. So holding on lightly, rolling up on your toes, rocking back on your heels. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And let's do our last set of biceps and slow marches, starting with my left arm this time and right leg. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And our last set, I'm trying to be very, very quiet, and I have on a different pair of sneakers than I normally wear, and they are squeakers. There's a lot of, I don't know if you can hear it, but I'm squeaking a lot here today. So last set of calf raises and heel rocks. Rolling up on your toes, 1, rocking back on your heels. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay, shake your legs out. Just do a quick check-in. How are you guys doing? Someone did write me a note before. Oh, I have to learn how to use this. Hi, guys. Great. Thank you guys for checking in. Everyone is good. So what we're going to do now, we're going to do tricep kickback. I'm going to get a sip of water before we do that. I'm going to just turn my camera a little bit to that side. It's messy over here. I don't really want you to see it. So grab your weights, just as in the bent over rows. You're bent at the knee and you're bent forward, keeping your head down on a diagonal, not all the way up here. You really want to isolate your triceps. So your elbows are a little bit higher than your shoulders. Your body's close to you. Your elbow is a lever, so it stays still, or fulcrum, and you're just extending your arms all the way out. 1, 2, no swinging. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So grab your ball again. Sitting towards the end of the chair, you're putting the ball between your knees. You can hold on. Make sure your shoulders are not hiked up, your upper body is relaxed. Belly button pulled in, lots of pressure on the ball, and we're gonna just bring our leg out. So as you're bringing that out, you're also doing an inner rotation. You're feeling it along your outside of your leg up into your glutes, and you're doing an inner rotations, working on the inner part of your thigh and your groin. So 10 reps per side, sitting up nice and tall, lots of pressure on the ball. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. I find these very hard and I really like them. So if you could like an exercise. So pressure on the ball. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And last set of triceps. Let's get set up again. Bend at the knee, bend forward, make sure, look at yourself. Think about where, if you can't see yourself, think about where you are. You shouldn't be up here. You should be looking down on the ground on a diagonal. Arms up and extend back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And we are done with the weights, but we have one more inner thigh work. Just not inner thigh. We're working, we're getting a lot of IT band work. It's not a muscle, it's a tissue that runs. We're getting medial glute. We're sitting up tall, pressure on the ball. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And the other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. One of the things that I really like about this when we're bringing our lower leg out, you really can't bring it out too far, which is a problem that I see sometimes when we're doing side leg lift. We're overshooting what we should be doing. So I'm going to do one set of stepping over to sleeping dog. And remember, it's a modified side lunge, really high in both directions. Same thing to the front. So bring your heart rate up a little bit. And we're practicing getting into and out of bathtubs, stepping over puddles, which we may have problems with today. Getting into an SUV, avoiding obstacles helps walking upstairs and downstairs if you have difficulty with that. So hold on if you need to. I'm not marking you I'm not lowering your mark if you have to hold on, because I want everyone to be as safe as possible, even if, I want people to use a cane or walking stick if they need to. So holding on is not a demerit. So starting at the side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And your heart rate should have gone up a little bit, not too much. So let's do the other side, starting at the side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. I'm looking at my watch because it shows my heart rate. It gives me an idea of what your heart rate should be doing also. So let's do our tandem walks today. 5 forward, 5 back. Good posture, fingertip on the wall or counter if you need to, not looking down at the ground. Use your arms any which way to help you maintain your stability. So 5 forward. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And backwards. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And this time with a knee lift. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. My shoes are really squeaky. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And I'm going to go back a little bit farther. Our walk, turning our heads slowly side to side. We haven't done it this way in a while. If you need to hold on, go ahead. Just going to go forward and turn around and go back, come back to where I started. So 1, actually, I don't count for this one. Nice and slow. I'm just going to go until I almost disappear. And then I'm going to go backwards. Okay, so we're going to start our core work. So grab your ball, put it on the chair. But before we do that, I'm going to do one set of a stationary farmer's carry with your weights. So a lot of advantages to this. It's a core workout, it's posture. So hold on tightly to your weights. Make sure your shoulders are back and down and your belly button's pulled in. So hold it on tightly to your weights. It's giving you some grip strength work, which we lose grip strength in our hands as we age. And it can cause a lot of problems if you're living alone and you can't open something or you can't grab onto something because your hands are weak. It becomes a problem. So this is one way to do it. There are lots of different exercises to do, but this is one way. So a farmer's carry, we would normally walk around the floor, but since I can't do that here, what we're going to do is a stationary walk. So if you can, I want you to bring your knee up to hip height. You could do it close to a wall in case, if you're a little unsure of your stability, just in case something happens, you could just lean into the wall and help yourself. The other thing that I want you to do, I can't hear what you're doing in your house, but I don't want any noise. Nice control, that you have all that core strength to control and that you're not slamming your feet on the ground. And the last thing that I want you to do is to stay stationary. Don't travel. Don't travel all over the place. It shows that you have a lot of control with your body. Your core is good, your posture is good. So I am going to do for 45 seconds. We're not counting, but I do want you to count out loud so you're not holding your breath. And we're going to start now. You may hear my shoes squeaking, but I'm trying to be as quiet as I can. Belly button pulled in, looking up. And it's hard, really trying to travel. Every time you bring your knee up, you're working your core also, lower abs. We have 15 seconds left. Almost there. And that's it. And by the way, you do not get demerits if you didn't do the full 45 seconds. Just want you to try. So I want you to put the ball on your back. Also, the two exercises we did earlier with the ball between your knees, those were also working your core, your lower abs in particular. So now, lots of pressure on the ball. We're going to do a rotation. Belly button pulled in, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 10 more. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And as you can see, there are many different ways to work your core, because your core is not just your abs. It's you need support. You need to work your abs and your back. And now we're going to do a seated dead bug. We're going to do 20 today. So arms straight out. And we're going to start with one arm up, keeping pressure on that ball. This makes it harder. And opposite knee. 1, 2, make sure you're doing opposite. 3, nice and slow. 4, belly button pulled in. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. And we're going to do a single leg stance. So when I do this side, I'm not going to keep this knee up. I'm going to do a kickstand. Because standing on this leg for a 10-second count, a 10 count is just too much for my knee right now. So I want people to know that there are options. Remember, if your feet are not flat on the ground, both of them, you're not stable. So I'm still getting a lot of balance work here. I'm not cheating myself. So I'm going to start with this one, 10 count, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And now I can do a single leg stance on the other leg. So nice and tall, belly button pulled in, looking up. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. You saw that little wobble. I was looking up and then I looked down and it made me wobble. So let's stretch. Seated, one leg out, your foot is really flexed. Grab your toe if you can reach it, and your legs should be nice and straight so you're getting a hamstring stretch and a calf stretch. And a few deep breaths for each hold. And switch to the other side. And sit up, cross one leg over, pull gently on the outside of your knee, stretching your hip all the way along the side of your thighs down into your knee. And figure 4, pushing gently on the inside of your knee, Leaning forward. And let's do our hip stretch first. And figure four. So I'm going to do this sideways to show you that I'm not arching my back or round in my back as I stretch my lower back. I'm just going forward, still keeping a neutral spine. Your hands may not reach the ground, but you should feel a gentle stretch in your lower back, keeping your belly button pulled in. And moving over to one leg, one foot, I should say, and then over on the other side. Okay. You can do a seated hip flexor stretch. I'm going to stand today. I like to switch it up. So nice long stride if you're doing standing. Torso's up, belly button's pulled in. You're not arching your back. You're just tucking that hip forward to get a stretch in the front of your hip down into your quads. You could bend that knee a little bit more and try to push your heel towards the floor. That will give you a little more of a calf stretch also. And switching over to the other side. And my favorite stretch, hands on the seat of your chair, your feet are under your hips now. Push your hips away for a posterior stretch. You could straighten everything out here. And bend your knees and roll up, arms out to the side. Bring your arms behind you for chest and shoulder stretch. Moving your head gently left to right. Shoulder rolls back and arm circles. And thank you guys so much for showing up on this dreary, dreary day. Thank you, Julian. Have a wonderful weekend, and I will see you next week. Take care. Hi, Sarah. Thank you. Take care, everyone. Thank you, Eva. You guys are wonderful. Take care.